Sydney represents the archetype of aspirational living, sun-drenched, cosmopolitan, and unapologetically high-priced. Behind its postcard-perfect harbor lies an economy built on scarcity, lifestyle branding, and the fusion of work-life luxury. Space is Sydney's greatest currency, and because it is hemmed in by coastline and national parks, expansion is limited. That physical constraint turns even modest plots into blue-chip real estate. In suburbs like Vaucluse, Mosman, and Point Piper, multi-million-dollar mansions line cliffside views of the Pacific. Penthouse apartments in Barangaroo or Circular Quay often sell for $10 million or more, while waterfront homes exceed $30 million. For locals, property ownership has become less a necessity and more a mark of status, a way to claim permanence in a city that grows more exclusive every year. The cost of daily life mirrors the property market's intensity. Dining at top-tier restaurants like Benelong or Aria rivals New York and London in expense. Even cafe culture, so central to Australian identity, comes with premium pricing. Imported food, rising wages, and strict environmental regulations inflate grocery and transport costs. Childcare, schooling, and healthcare maintain exceptional standards but demand heavy investment. Utilities are also a hidden cost. With long summers, air conditioning and water consumption drive bills upward. Public transport, while efficient, remains costly compared to most cities. And because Sydney's economy thrives on professional mobility, cars, toll roads, and parking fees are near unavoidable for executives. Yet the city's draw never fades. Few places on Earth offer such proximity between ocean and commerce. One can conduct a morning meeting in the central business district and be on a surfboard at Bondi by noon. Sydney's wealth lies not only in its dollars but in its rhythm, a mix of ambition and leisure that makes its high price feel like the cost of freedom. Average annual living cost for a wealthy household, approximately $300,000. Paris functions less like a city and more like a curated lifestyle. Every arrondissement tells a story of beauty and exclusivity, and every stone facade is a reminder that elegance endures at any cost. But that refinement carries a financial burden unmatched in continental Europe. To live as a Parisian of means is to accept that luxury has layers, from architecture to cuisine, from fashion to even how you spend your mornings. In the 7th arrondissement, where Haussmannian apartments overlook the Eiffel Tower, prices per square foot often exceed $2,000. Properties along the Seine or near Place Vendôme are trophies of generational wealth. Renovations are slow and expensive due to preservation laws, and interior design firms charge small fortunes to blend historical authenticity with modern comfort. Everyday life runs on indulgence. Groceries at artisan markets, bottles of Burgundy, handcrafted pastries, and designer fashion become part of the weekly ritual. Even mundane expenses like cleaning or maintenance are heightened by labor costs and service taxes. Dining in Paris remains a global benchmark, whether at Alain Ducasse Plaza Athénée or a hidden bistro in Le Marais. But these culinary privileges rarely come cheap. Transportation costs remain moderate thanks to efficient metros, but those who prefer private drivers or chauffeured cars can easily add tens of thousands per year. For families, tuition at elite schools or bilingual academies adds to the bill. Meanwhile, taxes on high incomes are among the highest in the OECD, ensuring that even the wealthy feel their share of the republic's egalitarian burden. But no other city delivers beauty so effortlessly. Living in Paris means living inside an artwork, one that changes hue with the hour. That experience, for many, justifies every euro spent. Estimated annual living cost for an affluent Parisian lifestyle, around $320,000. London has always been a paradox, a city where history and innovation dance around each other, both demanding tribute in pounds sterling. From the grand mansions of Belgravia to the glass penthouses of Canary Wharf, it remains one of the costliest cities in the world to inhabit. Even after Brexit and economic fluctuations, London's gravitational pull on global wealth hasn't weakened. It has intensified. Real estate prices tell the story. Knightsbridge townhouses sell for upwards of $25 million, while Mayfair's Georgian properties command prices that make them collectible assets. Renting a luxury apartment overlooking Hyde Park can easily exceed $12,000 a month. Private schools, such as Eton or Westminster, add another $60,000 per year per child. Add a household staff, chauffeur, housekeeper, nanny, and your cost of living soars. London's appeal, however, is intangible. It's not only about location but access to global finance, art, and influence. Business lunches happen in Michelin-starred dining rooms like Core by Claire Smith or Sketch Mayfair. High culture lives in its galleries, theaters, and exclusive clubs, each with membership fees that reflect heritage and reputation. Even leisure has a cost. The annual social calendar, Ascot, Wimbledon, and the Chelsea Flower Show, demands sartorial precision and presence. Here, appearances are investments. Whether you're an old-money aristocrat or a new tech magnate, you pay to belong to the lineage of London living. Estimated annual cost of a high society London life, approximately $350,000 US. New York is capitalism materialized, the ultimate marketplace for dreams, ambition, and survival. The city does not merely host the wealthy, it tests them. To live well in Manhattan is to compete against a constant tide of desire. Every square foot has been monetized, every convenience priced at a premium. But what keeps people paying is power. New York sells access to the center of the world. Apartments in Tribeca, Central Park West, or Billionaires Row trade for tens of millions. Renting a single-bedroom apartment in a desirable neighborhood can cost more than a suburban home's mortgage. Maintenance fees for luxury buildings are astronomical, covering gyms, pools, concierges, and private elevators. The airspace above Manhattan costs as much as the land beneath it. Daily life follows suit. Groceries are marked up by delivery convenience, and eating out at Michelin-starred or celebrity-run restaurants has become a cultural expectation rather than a treat. Private schooling, healthcare, and social memberships each add another layer of cost. Transportation, whether a chauffeur or Uber Black, burns through thousands monthly. But New York's energy is its own reward. The skyline at night, the roar of taxis, the ceaseless hum of ambition, these intangibles transform price into privilege. The city operates on momentum, and those who can afford to live within its rhythm become part of something immortal. Every dollar spent buys not only space but relevance. Estimated annual cost of luxury Manhattan living, around $400,000 US. Dubai's transformation from barren desert to gleaming metropolis is one of modern civilization's boldest feats. The city operates like a luxury resort scaled up to national proportions, engineered perfection from skyline to shoreline. The cost of living reflects this ambition, blending tax-free incentives with lavish consumption. Property on the Palm Jumeirah, Emirates Hills, or downtown Dubai ranks among the most expensive in the Middle East. Custom villas overlook private beaches, and penthouses in the Burj Khalifa, or Address Sky View, command multi-million-dollar price tags. Residents indulge in lifestyles that would seem implausible elsewhere. Chauffeurs, yacht memberships, personal chefs, and private air travel. Yet Dubai's expenses go beyond possessions. The climate ensures air conditioning is constant. Energy costs are high. Imported goods, from produce to automobiles, carry substantial markups due to shipping and tariffs. Luxury vehicles face registration fees and insurance premiums proportional to their extravagance. Dining at fine establishments like Zuma or Nobu adds another layer of everyday opulence. What Dubai provides in return is frictionless living. There are no income taxes, minimal bureaucracy, and safety so complete that crime is nearly non-existent. Service quality is uniformly high, and infrastructure remains among the world's most advanced. For many expatriates and global elites, Dubai's allure lies in its promise of perfection without compromise. Estimated annual cost for a luxury lifestyle in Dubai, approximately $450,000 US. Hong Kong compresses the power of global capitalism into 1,100 square kilometers. Every inch is contested, every view monetized. Living here is not about space, It's about proximity to money, to opportunity, to momentum. Apartments perched on the peak or above Victoria Harbor fetch $100 million or more. Even a modest luxury flat commands millions in purchase price and astronomical rent. Real estate scarcity drives every other cost upward. Schooling, private clubs, and even groceries bear premiums attached to convenience and exclusivity. Imported goods dominate shelves, and fine dining reflects both global diversity and local precision. The cost of retaining staff or household help remains high, especially when paired with international insurance and healthcare. But the city's heartbeat, its trading floors, neon skylines, and 24-hour pulse, creates unmatched adrenaline. Business never truly ends in Hong Kong, it merely pauses for dim sum. The combination of low taxes and high energy attracts financiers and entrepreneurs who thrive on intensity. The view from Victoria Peak at night, skyscrapers shimmering over water, reminds residents why they endure the costs. Estimated annual cost of elite living in Hong Kong, around $480,000. Singapore is the model city-state, a meticulously designed ecosystem where order itself is luxury. Its government engineered scarcity into exclusivity. Land is rationed, cars are rationed, and even residency is selective. To live here as an affluent resident is to engage in an unspoken contract, pay a premium, and the city guarantees perfection. Housing remains a constant headline. Waterfront properties along Marina Bay, Sentosa Cove, and Orchard Road rival Swiss pricing. Certificates of entitlement for cars can exceed $100,000, making automobile ownership a financial statement. Education and healthcare, though world-class, carry significant costs for expatriates and private citizens alike. Daily life is seamless but expensive. Imported produce, global fashion, and luxury dining add to the city's economic choreography. A night out in Clark Quay or a tasting menu at Odette can cost several $100s. Yet few residents complain. Everything functions. Crime is negligible, corruption non-existent, and governance efficient to the decimal. Singapore's expense is justified by reliability. For global elites seeking a base in Asia with Western comfort and Eastern discipline, it's ideal. You pay for predictability, and predictability has never been so beautifully packaged. Estimated annual cost of affluent living in Singapore, around $500,000. Monaco is the epitome of exclusivity. A 1-square-mile sanctuary for billionaires overlooking the Mediterranean. There are no suburbs, no outskirts, no affordable corners. The entire principality is prime real estate. Apartments on Avenue Princess Grace remain the most expensive in the world, often exceeding $13,000 per square foot. Villas in Larvodo or Monte Carlo list well above $100 million. Its allure is twofold: beauty and privacy. Residents enjoy unmatched views of the sea, minimal taxation, and maximum discretion. Wealth here isn't flaunted, it's assumed. Luxury boutiques line the Carré d'Or, while superyachts fill Port Hercule. Even grocery stores exude opulence, offering vintage champagne beside truffle-infused essentials. Everyday expenses reflect the standard. Domestic help, chauffeurs, and private security are expected. Healthcare is immaculate, public services are punctual, and crime is virtually non-existent. The state's surveillance ensures security while preserving a sense of absolute peace. During the Monaco Grand Prix, the entire city transforms into a theater of wealth, an annual reminder of what privilege looks like in motion. Monaco's cost of living isn't deterrent. It's invitation-only exclusivity. The wealthy come not just for sunshine, but sovereignty, a place where privacy is policy and luxury is law. Estimated annual cost of residence in Monaco, approximately $600,000.